Hey, I'm Keela with RealTruck.com, and this is the Extang Classic Platinum Toolbox Tonneau cover. It's the perfect solution for your truck with a toolbox. It fits behind most 20-inch wide crossover toolboxes, which are sold separately. They are custom fit to your truck and offer protection and style. The L-channel sealing system is constructed of anodized aluminum, and it seals the gap between the tonneau cover and the toolbox. They have large bows that provide support and keep your vinyl tight in all weather conditions. It has adjustable brass snaps and the snap stopper that keeps the snaps on the rail when the tonneau cover is rolled up. You can easily install this cover at home with the clamp-on design. It's made in the USA and backed by a limited lifetime warranty on the frame and a 10-year warranty on the vinyl. If you're looking for a great look, added protection, and improved fuel efficiency in any weather condition, then check out the Extang Classic Platinum Toolbox Tonneau cover at RealTruck.com, where shipping is always free.